Hello. How are we all today? Gotta make this bigger. No, that's not it. I know there's a way to make this. There we go. How is everyone? I don't know how long I have. My next call isn't for like another hour and a half, but I'm gonna get off here when my boyfriend comes home, only because we're going out to dinner. So I'm gonna talk until he gets here. Okay? Well, how are you, Alex Cross? You were hoping for a Kim Live. I was gonna go on YouTube, but I'm like, you know what? I just don't feel like it because I gotta use two screens. I just don't feel like it. Let me do it here. It's easier. Please tell me, do you feel emotional to manifest? Do you mean, do you have to feel emotional? No. I mean, you can have emotions. It's okay to have them. As far as when you hear about feelings, it's really in reference to, getting into your imagination to feel like the version of yourself that has what you're manifesting. But if you can't feel anything or you don't feel anything, doesn't mean it's not going to work. Oh, what's that? What's that thing? I've never seen that before. What does that mean? Are you serious? Did you just hear her? She's disgusting. What is that thing? Fetch, what is it? I'm so behind the times. I love you. I don't know if I can do it. I can't do it. I don't know how to make it go the right way so you can see me do it to you. Can I manifest a new career or living in a different country? Yeah, there are no limits to what you can manifest. You can manifest anything you want. Can you imagine living that existence? Can you imagine being that self? Ooh, what are those? See, when I make the words bigger, then I can't see everything as far as the fun ones. Ooh, that's exactly what I should be wearing at all times. Just got the number 2 gifter badge, Chris ASMR. Well, thank you very much. I think, right? What does it mean to persist? Well, some of the explanations out there as far as persisting, I think, are pretty fucking lackluster. Let's just be honest. Persisting means to persist as the new self, or to persist in the wish fulfilled. Persist in imagination. Meaning, when the 3D throws you something that's not necessarily favorable, and it might happen, and that's nothing to worry about. It'll balance itself out. But if the 3D, let's just say right now you're not loving your 3D. Persist doesn't mean, I have to pretend that, this isn't bothering me and I have to ignore it. I have to pretend that I'm not feeling what I'm feeling. I have to persist in my manifestation game. No. It means, essentially, persist with your knowing that, A, you can feel your emotions and feelings. You can accept your 3D reality. But you can also, at the same time, make a decision that you are a particular version of yourself. So it's persist in that. Persist in the knowing of who you're choosing to be. But I do think that some people think that means that, I have to persist in this. I have to persist. But when you're experiencing something that's not necessarily favorable, you don't have to fake how you feel, is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully that made some sense. What is your advice for people suffering with mental illness? So are you asking me as like the person who's wanting to manifest? is with the mental illness, or are we manifesting someone in our reality or helping someone in our reality who has a mental illness? Who's this for? Because either way, now, please understand, this is not to take away from anybody having experiences, or not to say that no one's ever had a mental illness, right? This is not diminishing anybody else's experiences. I feel like I got to put that disclaimer out. But that's a label that if it's you, and maybe you've been diagnosed with something, that label of the, whatever the diagnosis is something that you can detach yourself from if you consciously move your awareness to being without it. Now, does that mean you stop taking your medications or anything like that? No, not right away. No. But let's say, I don't know if that, I better let you tell me what specifically you think it is. You have the mental illness. Okay. So do you want to share what it is so I can more easily answer you? We are all experiencing reality through an identity. But there are infinite identities. Infinite. So just like if you've ever heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he, throws out the examples and like the cases of people who have had diseases, illnesses, some terminal, that have started focusing on being a different version of themselves that is healed or no longer has such illness. And it spontaneously heals itself or disappears. There's countless examples of it. There's no limit to what your body can do because you're manifesting your body at every given moment. Just like you're manifesting your 3D experience at every given moment. So if there's, a particular, I'm thinking of like neurodivergence, because I know sometimes that's looked at as being limited. It's the label of it that you learn to detach yourself from. So again, let's say you're on medication. This doesn't mean stop taking your shit, right? It means start backing away from the label. Start allowing yourself to, in your imagination, imagine not having it, or being healed from it. And know from there that a series of events will unfold to free you from it. And I know, listen, and a lot of this is dependent on the person doing it and just how expanded their awareness is, But I don't want you to look at that as like it's you either do it or you're a failed manifester. It's not. It's all in what you will allow yourself to experience. Because that's all we're ever doing, is allowing ourselves to experience anything and everything we're experiencing in 3D reality. But our conditioning is that, reality just happens to us. And then we have no say in the matter. And we have no say in what our body is doing. And it's just not true. That is just a level of awareness or one particular identity. I hope that made sense. Well, it's good to see you too, Toria. Kim, don't forget to take Freddie Mercury out of the microwave. I've made my decision and 3D isn't real. I don't get it, though. What's the Freddie Mercury out of the microwave? What the hell does that mean? I've never heard that one before. You're going to have to explain it to me. Well, Braven, how are you, my beautiful friend. Oh, excuse. Oh, do you mind? How are you, Braven? Thank you, Jess. Oh, it's see, that's why I didn't get it. A retrograde joke. Yeah. I'm not into the Mercury retrograde crap. Or like Lionsgate, the Lionsgate portal. Yeah, okay. I don't buy into any of that at all whatsoever. We are pure unadulterated consciousness. We are choosing to be aware. That is how you manifest. Your awareness is manifesting, not because, Lionsgate happened last month or whatnot. Oh, just total silliness. Braven, I didn't know you played touch rugby. That is awesome. 11/11 is coming soon. Oh my God. What is that the most powerful time of the year to manifest? Is it? Some of the crap I hear. It is hilarious. Can you tell me how to manifest wealth? Yes. Imagine yourself as wealthy. Get a clear picture of something, some visual that implies to you that you are now wealthy. Ask yourself, what do you think it would feel like to be wealthy? Think about why you want to be wealthy. I mean, outside of the logical and literal reason, but think about it. It's because you want it to give you a feeling, right? You want to experience the feeling. And I'm just making a guess here. Maybe it's the feeling of security, safety, right? If you're wealthy, you got all kinds of money. You don't have to worry about paying bills, right? Bills come in, you just pay them. It's not a big deal. You go out shopping, you can do whatever you want. You feel safe. You feel comfortable, right? So the idea is to utilize your imagination and tap into that. What would it feel like if I was wealthy right now? And the more you tap into your imagination, listen, you're always tapping into your imagination. This isn't something difficult. The more you do it, the more you're becoming it, right? So just because of that, you can make a conscious decision now, right now as you're sitting here with me, that you are that self now, because that self, that version of you, or that reality exists now, because all we ever have is that present moment, right? Right? Time really doesn't exist. We just believe it does. It doesn't. So, and I'm referring to linear time. So, what do you think it would feel like to be wealthy? And use whatever techniques you prefer. Do you like to affirm? Do you like to visualize or script? Start allowing yourself to get carried away in your imagination like a child would. Right? Like a child would playing with their toys. It's the same idea. Except the difference is now it's not just fantasy. And imagine living a wealthy lifestyle. Manifesting isn't hard. Our logical minds make it hard. Our logical minds. When the 3D creeps in and you feel that yucky feeling, wait, what? It just went away. Hold on. When the 3D creeps in and you feel that yucky gut feelings, does it hinder manifestation? Not necessarily. So when I'm assuming that means something shitty in 3D is happening. Are you marinating in it? Is it something that you are consistently focused on? And again, it's not that it's hindering your manifestation. It's not. But it's keeping your focus. It's keeping your awareness probably on the things you don't want to experience anymore. So if you're experiencing emotions, like an emotional reaction, that's okay. Get it out of your system. But once that moment is over, try to walk your way back into a more favorable state or version of yourself. If the wish fulfilled feels too far away, That's all right. We can crawl our way back by, walking through the states closest. So you reach for the next level state and the next level and the next level until you're back into the wish fulfilled. But, manifesting, it doesn't require that you can never emotionally react. Now, if you feel that you're emotionally reacting daily, hourly, for a really long period of time, like months upon months upon months upon months, then we might want to ask ourselves, all right, what the hell's going on? What am I doing here that this is happening every single day? Right? What am I focused on that I'm reacting to reality like this every single day? That's when we want to take a look at what is going on. But the occasional, punch in the gut feeling because you're noticing reality. And by the way, when you're noticing reality and it's bothering you like that, remember in that moment, that's because you're believing in the separation of reality. Okay? Say, for example, the most popular topic, manifesting a specific person. So let's say you're manifesting a specific person that maybe you're in a breakup with, okay, a solo vacation. And maybe you've been doing your manifestation game and then all of a sudden, you take a look at reality and you remember that you're in a solo vacation and you get that punch in the gut feeling. Okay, so in that moment, it's not really that you woke up and came back to reality. It's kind of the opposite. It's the opposite. You've detached yourself from your imagination, which is the true reality. So go back. 3D reality might not look exactly the way we want it to. But that doesn't mean it's not leading you to your outcome. 3D reality sometimes looks lumpy and bumpy, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. But it's only uncomfortable because we are interpreting it logically, literally, and we're forgetting who we really are as, the God of your reality or source, right? That's why you have the ability to manifest, because your true nature is unconditional love or pure unadulterated consciousness or source. They're all one and the same. So you're forgetting, and it's like you're falling asleep again to reality. So, no, the occasional punch in the gut feeling is not hindering your manifestation. You can still be a human. You were given a range of emotions and feelings because you're going to experience them. I mean it when I say you can't mess up a manifestation. I mean it because you're going to experience them. I mean it when I say you can't mess up a manifestation. I mean it. What? That means I can make him come back exactly how we want? Well, yeah. Well, because there's infinite versions of you, infinite versions of your specific person. Hey, I think Daddy's home. Well, yeah. Well, because there's infinite versions of you, infinite versions of your specific person. Hey, I think Daddy's home. Let's see. I manifested going to a concert for free, but traffic is making me so late. So why are you believing it, Angel? Make a decision. Suddenly there's a clear path for you right now. Put the focus on who you want to be, not what is in your face in reality. Come on, girl, you can do this. You can do this. Who do you want to be? The girl that's getting to that damn concert right now, right on time? Or are we going to keep staring at what we see in reality and believe we're limited by it? You know better. Bring your focus back. What should I say instead of waiting for my 3D conform? I'm glad that you are in the awareness that saying I'm waiting for something to conform in reality. I'm glad that you're in the awareness that you do not want to do that. So good, very, very good for catching that. Anybody else listening to me? If you know that that's how you're talking about yourself, reality, I'm waiting for it to change. I'm waiting for a specific person to change. Hi, that's an identity. That's a version of yourself. No, the fuck, we're not waiting on anything. And I know logically and literally, I mean this too. I know you mean it in an innocent way. Like, yeah, but I'm just really waiting for SB to change. He's still his old asshole self, or she's still a bitch. Whatever. I get that. Right? That's your literal interpretation of reality. But your source, and you're in charge of what reality you're in. So if you're perceiving your reality by labeling it, I'm waiting for SB to change. I'm waiting for my manifestation to come. That's an identity. So instead, start the habit of viewing or perceiving reality as it's unfolding. Everything's unfolding. This is the perfect unfolding. The more you're in that habit, the more you're in the habit of identifying as a particular version of yourself, the version view that has what you want. The more your awareness is on that, the clearer the picture of the 3D gets. Does that make sense? The more your awareness is on what you want, the conformed version of your specific person, right? Your awareness is over here on the conformed version. The clearer, the more conformed specific person can be. I hope that makes sense. So you can either decide, now listen, before I even finish that, I know that logically it sounds like you're saying the same thing. It's the unfolding. I'm waiting. I know they sound the same, but their intention is different. The identity behind it is different. I hope that makes sense. So I would say I'm experiencing the unfolding, the perfect unfolding. I'm in the reality where I have it now. I'm in the reality that I have it now. That's what I would be saying. That's what I did say. Is self-concept important? Yes and no. No, if you're viewing self-concept as there's something wrong with my self-concept, then no, throw that out the fucking window. I will say yes if you are viewing it as identity, who your identity is, version of self. But if you're viewing it as there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with my self-concept, and that's why I don't have what I want. No, that's in my opinion, that is the most ass backwards spiral down the hole. You're going to be on that cycle forever. Okay? I'm fixing my self-concept. I have to fix my self-concept. That's a cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. I'm the new self. I'm in the version of self that has whatever it is you're manifesting. I'm the version, we'll use SP as an example. I am the version of self that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. Because I know my worth. I know I deserve it. I know that I'm more than enough. That's who I am. Do you hear the difference in the intention behind that versus I have to fix my self-concept? That's why I answer yes and no to that, because it depends on what your perception of self-concept is. We don't have to fix ourselves. We just have to put our awareness on the self we want to be. Bringing your awareness, your focus, your attention on who you want to be, which version of self is much different, much, much different. That's the quantum leap. That's the quantum jump. Thinking that your self-concept has to be changed, it has to be fixed. So let me say these affirmations while I'm still identifying as the version of self who's fixing the self-concept is an identity in of itself. You will stay in that cycle. And I'm talking from experience. I used to be someone that believed you have to fix your self-concept. You have to change the self-concept. Nothing but a cycle. Nothing but a cycle. Take my advice on that. Put the focus on who you want to be. Don't even focus on fixing self-concept. Focus on who you want to be. It'll change your life. I'm telling you, it will change your life. Well, I love you, Michaela. Thank you. That's right, Limitless Queen. You're perfect as you are. Yeah. She's one of my girls, so you can listen to her. She's good. Kim. Oh, one of my other girls here. Rhonda, too. Hi, Rhonda. How do you know when your manifestation is coming? An indicator, okay? An indicator that your manifestation is pretty damn close. Now, by the way, the moment you're focused on being a particular version of yourself or being in a state, you hop to that state, aka that reality, instantly. It might not look like it's instant in 3D, but it is instant. So your manifestation technically is already there. You're just not perceiving it yet. But an indicator that that's happening is how you're perceiving your reality. So in other words, some people will experience a knowing feeling. Like they know they're going to have it. They know it. I can't explain it other than I just comfortably know I'm going to have it. It's a confident awareness. But I think it's also important to say that you don't have to have that feeling every single time in order to get your manifestation. Some people don't. Some people kind of get like hit by a truck out of nowhere. It just shows up. So this is why I say that manifestation's an individual game. But one of the more common things is the experience of knowing. Total confidence. Yes, the inner knowing. I've been in the knowing for a while. Are you questioning reality then? Or do you really know it? See what I mean? Are you in the knowing, but asking where it is? I know you didn't ask me. I'm saying in general. Wondering where it is? Because that's not the knowing, right? It's not the knowing. The knowing, you don't even have the desire to question where it is. That doesn't even come into your mind, the knowing. You comfortably are just living life when you're experiencing that. I was in the knowing and then a major trigger came out and poof, back to no contact. Okay, so stop saying no contact, right? Stop saying no contact. There is no such thing as no contact, right? That's a logical thing in the 3D. No contact, not possible. We're all connected in consciousness. So you're still in contact with your person. Okay? I wouldn't beat, myself up because you fell out of the state or you had that poof moment. I'm going to have to go here in a second. Don't beat yourself up because you fell out of the state. You can go right on back there. You'll get your knowing back. It'll come naturally. You won't have to force it. So who do you want to be? I'm assuming you want to be the version of yourself that has your desire, right? Put your focus right back there on being that version of yourself. You'll hear from your person. You will. And you'll come back and tell me that it happened. Because it's gonna. Okay? I'm not doubting it and asking and wondering. Feels weird because I know the answer within already. Exactly. Good. Well, thank you very much, Mimi. I appreciate that. I don't want it because I have it. Does that make sense? Damn right it does. Well done, Stephanie. Absolutely that makes sense. It's kind of like that weird riddle, right? Manifestation can feel like a riddle sometimes. And getting to that understanding, when you're brand new at manifesting, that feels like a really steep hill you got to climb to get to that mindset. But it really isn't hard. It's just coming into that awareness. I like that attitude. Let's end this year strong. Yes. All right, my friends, I'm going to have to go. Poop is blackmailing my boyfriend for treats. Otherwise, she's going to bark through this entire live. I warned you when I started that it was probably going to be a short one. Thank you all very much for being here with me. And I will try to go live here. We'll see what's going on tomorrow, the next day. Maybe I'll be able to go live then, because I know this was really short. Okay, let me see so I don't lose this. There we go. Okay, I love you all. Have a good night.